All right, here we go. Here we go. Let me get the shades on. Tim Dillon style. Here we go. We're finally live, people. Secret Truth has launched. Soft launch. Trying to test out the kinks. Or test it out, work out the kinks. And this is going to be a regular occurrence from now on. So this is whoever's in the stream is in you got exclusivity, you know what I'm saying? But it'll be a view it'll be available for viewing on playback when we're done. We got SmackDown in the background. Uh, so just a little quick introduction. You probably all know me from the Drax Life. My guy Chris Corvo. Shout out every time. But this one we're gonna do a more of my flavor. So there'll be a lot more sports on this one. We're gonna be talking sports, wrestling. We're gonna be talking conspiracies, aliens, entertainment, television, movies, Hollywood, social media, life, fashion, lifestyle, existentialism, literature. But there's going to be a lot more swearing and a lot more. Uh, there'll be a little bit of history, but there'll be more my history. So a lot of stories because I got a lot of stories for you. So yeah, big up to everyone that's locked in. We're not that. First of all, I'm not doing this for likes, shares, subscribers, money, clicks, views. Nah, no, 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 no. This is all strictly for um just just to get to know who I am. Like the audio's probably going to be shit in the video, but we'll work out. Like I said, this is the soft launch to work everything out, and we'll get there soon. But I got SmackDown on in the background, so we'll be commenting on that from now and then. Oh, look at Solo. Obviously, I can't have the audio on because there's copyright. They'll come for me. Uh, but we're going to be doing a lot of sports takes, so that I don't incessantly start texting my friends about um, sports related topics where I just go on streams of messages or long voicemails and things like the real time reaction. Bill Maher, one of my favorite shows, Bill Maher, real time in HBO. The reaction will be on here now and not just in the DMs. Hold on, let's figure out this volume here. The input volume is not really doing it for me right now. See, we're live working out the kinks right now. I think it looks like it's good. On the YouTube side of it, it looks poor though. Let's see. See, I don't know what I'm doing. Like this episode might be you might have to listen to it on full blast. I don't know. Let's see this. Let's see. But I think it's good. It looks good to me. All right. So yeah, we got the chat there. So for my advice to everyone is if you want to interact with me, get in the chat. Obviously, you could come on live with me if you want to, but if you don't want to, I get it. But you can go in the chat and I'll read the comments out and we can interact. Hold on. Let me send the link out to a couple people here. They want to come in. 1 second. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Solo, the Bloodline is coming out. They made their entrance. So many commercials on SmackDown now. It's 3 hours. WWE's coming to Netflix on Monday. Everyone's going to be there, apparently. I'm looking at Triple H right now. It's going to be. So both SmackDown and Raw are going to be 3 hours, but the roster is deep enough. So that I think they can carry it. I think it's good enough. All right, let's see. There we go. The one. All right. All right. Yeah, this volume gauge is not. Yeah, I just muted myself. I don't think it's only going to the second bar. I don't know. I don't like that. I don't know what it's going to turn out to be. I have no clue. I'm a luddite when it comes to this stuff. So you could. That's why we're doing episode 0 first. Um, but like I said, we're gonna be talking about a lot of behind the scenes thing, and I know the two organizations that are the most scared that are going to be. I'm probably going to get shadow banned. I've already gotten shadow banned on Twitter by these two organizations. One is James Dolan and MSG Corporation. I'll call you out right now. I'm telling it to your fucking face. Yeah. And Cronky Sports and Entertainment. Yeah, those are probably the two people that are going to be the once this starts growing. It's like I'm saying, I'm not in it for the money. So if you want to shadow ban me, do it. But I'm going to speak the truth. We're going to tell the truth on this platform. Yeah. We're not gonna fuck around. This is not I'm not doing it for clicks, views, like I said, money, likes, don't want a career in this. It's not for any of that. This is just for we're gonna call out the people that need to be called out, and we're gonna have fun and enjoy UFC, wrestling, sports. Obviously we can't show the thing because they'll just YouTube will just take down the video, but we can't show the product or have the audio on, but we can watch it and react to it, and so that's what it's going to be. And I'm kind of excited because this has been one of my goals. I've been dragging my feet on this for a while. I've been working. I've been making a lot of money, but not a job that I enjoy. I don't think the world of it, but it's definitely allowing me to have fun in my life and do the things I want to do. But once again, I don't have people to support, so I have a different lifestyle. I'm almost 40 years old and I don't have children or a partner. So I'm basically doing everything. I'm my own boss and I don't have to think about anyone else when I make decisions to do that. So that's an easier lifestyle to have. I get that. Um, but my first thing we're going to talk about is I saw a video. Yeah, and pardon me if I get distracted by SmackDown, but we'll comment on that too. Saw a video. I don't know what show this is. I don't watch these sports debate shows. We can just start off with that. Why is every sports analysis show now just people screaming at each other? What are we doing here? It's just people screaming over each other. It's all scripted. It's all to me it's a sketch that's being written by someone. So for instance, ESPN, Fox Sports, NBC, all of them. I'm not trying to single out one of them. They all do the same thing. They all have these debate shows where you have three or four talking heads just screaming at each other. Look at LA Knight. uh, just screaming at each other about a narrative that was set by the corporate executives, which will create more views and engagement online. That's all they care about. It's not really about the analysis anymore. It's not. It's not about analysis at all. Actually, it's just pure, I would call it juvenile entertainment. And the reason why that pisses me off is because back in when I was growing up in the 90s, you had legitimate pundits who gave analysis. They had detailed, like, if anyone remembers the sports reporters from ESPN every Sunday morning, like something like that. But now you just have people just, it's something, the directors of the producers of the show will have people take one side, you take one side, you take the other side, and just start screaming at each other about it, and insult one another's take. That's what it is. And everyone knows I'm right. This is what it is. This is what we've devolved into, and other walks of life as well as devolved into that, where you just it's just there's no middle ground. You can have a normal adult conversation. I can't believe I'm the one that's saying that, by the way. I'm the one that's saying, whoa, we got to calm down. Like, we're kind of being children right now. Coming from someone that's partied for 15 years. All right. So like drink that in. And so what I think is the better way to do it is get a round table show. I don't mind those. Those are good because you have random people. It's like hosting a show or a podcast where you have a lot of people that have their own opinions, their own takes on things. There's nothing wrong with that. But the constant screaming, I can't stand it. Maybe it's because I'm getting older. I don't know, but it works. It gets traction, and that bleeds into another thing about just society in general. Where no one can just sit down and have an adult conversation about anything anymore. It's all about sides. It's all about extremes. It's all about polarization, and it's kind of a shame, because I think there's 4 things wrong with sports. Number 1 is the ownership. So the ownership is not just billionaires, it's also private equity firms that own all these teams. So all they care about is maximizing profit and monetizing content. That's number 1. Number 2 is the middle management, like the sporting directors, the general management. They're yes men for the wealthy billionaire class. So they do whatever they say. They're just puppets. Number 3 are the players. The players all just want to be social media stars. They want to be actors and musicians. Athletics is just a way to raise your brand, become like, have a bigger profile, and it's really only a modeling agency and a clothing brand. So whoever's the coolest looking man or woman in their sport, who rocks the drip and all this language, those are the people that become the most famous, even though they may not be the best player in their sport. So it's not what sports used to have is a meritocracy where only the best players get to be the most popular. Now it doesn't matter. I could be a shit player, but if I'm rocking like the latest, I'm rocking like the latest fashion trend. Oh, look at him. He's coming in with the haircut, like these haircuts and these outfits where you're walking in like it's like a runway. It's exactly what it is. It's a runway for you to show off your fashion taste. And a lot of it is just in the bin. Like, you got people coming in with the wildest outfits, but it's just it's crazy. And I'm not saying you have to come in with a suit and tie and be all stuffy. No. What I'm targeting is people would rather be the fashion forward player than an actual good player that wins trophies and helps their team to the championship. That's the problem. It's not about that anymore. It's about raising your own brand, increasing your profile, expanding your influence so that you can make more money. It's not about winning trophies anymore, which is sad. So the players. That's the players. The problem on the players' end. Not all of them. Obviously, this is. But I would say the majority, yes. And then the last problem are the fans. Fans don't care about winning anymore either. They don't want to pressure the organization. They don't want to pressure the ownership to demand success because all they want to do is just go out and have a day out, have a night out, or have a day out at the ball game. I'm gonna go out to MSG and just I'm gonna take pictures of myself. I'm gonna make everyone jealous that I'm at the Knicks game. Oh, I'm courtside. Look at me. Like that culture has seeped into sports where it's just look at come everyone come see how cool I am. You're watching the Knicks. We've sucked for 50 years. And now this is going to be now I'm going to get triggered. I'm winding myself up. We haven't won a trophy for 50 years. But then you have people coming in sitting like they're charged, have the nerve to charge $10,000 for fucking floor seats. But it's because it's demand. I know the business side is not lost on me, but you got people coming in just to take pictures. You got models, you got influencers, you got celebrities, you got these corporate empty suit jackasses at the game. No real Knicks fan is at the game anymore, or Rangers game. There's probably like five of them, and it's all just so you can be seen, so that you can take videos and pictures of yourself and make everyone jealous that you're at the game, or use it as PR to show to like increase traction on your brand. Can't stand that shit. So those are the four problems you got. Though you got ownership who's just solely money oriented. You got um, fans who are just completely uninterested in the actual product. It's just like going to a movie back in the day when you went to a movie premiere or a musical theater show. That's what sports is now. Doesn't matter what happens. You just going there to be seen and to network and to interact. And then you have the players who are just models or fashion brands. And the last one is the coaching with the management. They're just yes men. There's the standard of coaching has dropped so much. It's crazy. Because they're all bending the knee to big corporate private equity ownership. But like I said, that's generally speaking, not all of them, but most of them. So that's my biggest problem with sports. We'll explore this more in further episodes. But this is why I like a sport like wrestling. And yes, it is a sport. It's athletics. It's scripted. Don't ever say it's fake. Then you're going to have a problem with me. Wrestling is not fake. There's nothing fake about it. People get severe injuries that injure them for years or even end their life. And the real wrestling fans will even know who I'm talking about. It's a dangerous sport to be involved in. Now, the reason why wrestling is the best form of entertainment, in my opinion, is because it's a amalgamation of every form of entertainment that's even out there. It's television, it's soap opera, drama, you're basically a stunt man. You're also an athlete, a finely tuned athlete. A lot of the wrestlers are Olympians and former professional athletes. It's comedy, so you're also a stand-up comedian, and you have to engage in like sketches, humor sketches. So you're also an actor. That's the word I was looking for. It's all of it rolled into one show. So you basically have theater, soap opera, television, film, athletics, stunt, and the element of danger all rolled into one 3-hour program. And then people have the nerve to say, you got people. I'm not going to name them, but you got people that say, no, fuck it, we'll name them. Fuck it, Bob Costas. This is we tell the truth. We tell the truth on the secret truth. Bob Costas and Bill Maher, and I like Bill Maher. They're like, oh, maybe wrestling. You guys know it's fake, right? Yeah, no shit. We know it's fake. Or then no, I got caught in my own trap. We know it's scripted and designed and orchestrated. But this running joke is so old. It's boring now. It really gets on my nerves when people start making fun of wrestling and saying, "Oh, you know, it's fake, right? It doesn't. It's predetermined." Yeah, we know that, but you're ignoring all the elements. You know what else is fake? Everything else you watch on television. That drama show you like, whatever. Let's call. What are people into now? I don't even know what the hot show is because I only watch the things that I like. I bet you whatever's the hottest drama show that you like, that's fake too. If wrestling is fake, then that's fake. But they're both not fake. They're just scripted. They're by design. There's something fake about a good drama series that has production and you know everything that goes on behind the scenes, editing, engineering, sound. You people are directing, and also the PAs, the production assistants that have to, especially if you're not even using a set, especially if you're shooting outside and like on location. Like there's nothing fake about any of that. So if you're going to say wrestling is fake, you know what else is fake? The Bachelor. That's predetermined. The Bachelor. Don't ever think that all these reality shows on ABC or NBC and Bravo, that what's meant to happen throughout the series is real. Nah, come on, man. So, by the same logic, that's the same thing as wrestling. It's scripted and predetermined and orchestrated, but there's also a lot of improvisation. There's also, imagine if one of the star wrestlers gets injured and you have to change a storyline that's been being built for 18 months. Now that has to get completely rewritten. Happens all the time. And something like WrestleMania is in 4 months. WrestleMania, they're planning and writing for WrestleMania right now. So you're writing for 4 months and you're telling stories in the ring and backstage that'll all culminate at WrestleMania in 4 months. There's nothing fake about that. So what people don't get, I think the younger generation, what I would give them kudos for is they do understand that everyone knows there's a level of orchestration going. It's usually the older people, the like people in their, I would say, late 40s and up, that try to poo-poo wrestling and try to belittle it, excuse me, as, oh, that's immature child content. Nah, 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 nah. You're an idiot. You're a fucking asshole if you think that. I'll tell you straight up. So I would say if I mean we can get it. I don't want to get into the aliens right now because we'll go on for another hour. I don't think I can do that. But if I was to if I would share something with people that have never seen sports or athletic competition between human beings before, I would show them wrestling. That's the first thing I would show them because yes, yeah, look at this. You get everything. You get absolutely every form of entertainment. Even the music. A lot of the wrestlers sing their own theme song. And they make it. It's original music. They're not just picking. It's not like UFC, which I also like, by the way. UFC is essentially Street Fighter in real life. They pick the music and they're part of the production and behind the scenes engineering of the music. It's all original. They're not picking. It's not like a UFC walkout song where you're picking James Brown, which are once again, I'm not knocking that. Great music to come out to. But the wrestlers are singing. Look at Shawn Michaels. Oh, there he is. Big up Chris Corvo. He's in the chat. We got someone. My guy, you know. He's in the chat. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll get into that. The Batman of the internet. Yeah. We'll get into that. But yeah, so we're watching wrestling. I don't know if you tuned in and you heard it, but I just went on a rant about wrestling. Yeah. So I don't know, man. So that's what we're going to explore. We're going to explore things like that. We're going to take sports and we're going to examine it in a different way, like a lot of behind the scenes. It's the same thing with Hollywood. With Hollywood, you get the motion picture, you get the glitz and the glamour, but this is going to go behind the scenes, behind the curtain, what's happening behind the camera, which is also oftentimes just as dramatic as what happens on the screen itself. So, and it's the same thing with wrestling. Wrestling, yeah, you get everything in the ring, but look at the Vince McMahon documentary. Look at all this shit that we found out. Shit that I knew what was going on because my finger is always on the pulse of everything that's going on in professional wrestling. And we also know people that are in the industry. Oh yeah, dude. Basically, Vince McMahon was extremely perverted. He was very perverted, and just watch the documentary. And in terms of business decisions, very cutthroat. A lot of death, a lot of drug use. There's a good series called The Dark Side of the Ring. I would recommend that to anyone. We'll get into a couple of those episodes as well, where people behind the scenes were just like with any job. Like sometimes you don't get along with people, but you have to be on camera with them. So it's different than if you don't like someone at let's just say a normal day-to-day clock punching job. This one you have to work with them on screen. So for instance, Seth Rollins and CM Punk, who are going to have a big match on Monday night. I don't want to use the word hate, but I think they might actually hate each other personally, and they have to perform in the ring together and tell a story which is going to be probably a 25-minute, 30-minute match, and you got to work together. Like, what if the guy tries to injure you intentionally? That's happened before. One time, Jake the Snake Roberts had a snake bite the Macho Man, Randy Savage, in I believe it was in the early 90s. I have that story is crazy. So Macho Man backstage went up to Jake before they went out into the ring, and he said, "Am I gonna die if that And Jake said, "No, they took out the venom from the snake, from the python. I think it was a python. It was a poisonous snake." And Macho Man wasn't sure because it's like, what if Jake Roberts is lying to me, and we're gonna go on and the script says I should get bit by the snake, but what if I get poisoned? And it ended up that Macho Man they took out the venom, but he did get hurt because the snake bit the shit out of him. They couldn't get the snake off of his arm. It just hooked onto his arm. So Macho Man was out for a while after that. It's like ripping the tendons in his bicep. It's crazy. Yeah, so if anyone wants to tune in on Netflix, so now I think that's a good move by the WWE. They're going to Netflix because it's easy to watch it on playback, because cable is so weird about rewatching it on playback. On Netflix, you can just go, once Raw is over, you can just go and watch it. It's good. That match is going to be heated. So it's, in a sense, it's called kayfabe. So what kayfabe in wrestling terminology means, a storyline that seems scripted, but it's actually kind of real, but it's still an illusion. So there's elements of reality in it to draw the audience in, but ultimately it is still staged. However, there's still real life elements sprinkled in. So they both don't like each other. Clear. I would say, I dare say, fuck it. I think they do dislike each other. That match is going to be crazy. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't. What if CM Punk legitimately hurts Seth Rollins? It's possible. It's like UFC. It's like UFC is a different level, because if you shit talk on UFC, the guy is going to punch you in the mouth, or he's going to try to break your arm or choke you out. Yeah, there's real life consequences, but I think this wrestling match coming on Monday is going to be very close to that. So we'll see. So yeah, so we'll be talking about that So we'll be talking a lot about wrestling, doing a lot of live streams. We'll be doing a lot of soccer as well, which I think is one of the best sports in the world because it's global. It's not restricted to just America. So there's two things people in every continent watch. And I'm talking about everywhere: Africa, South America, Central America, Caribbean, North America, Europe, Russia, Oceania. There's two things everyone watches. Only two: soccer and wrestling. So you can drop me in the middle of Casablanca, Morocco, and I'll make friends because I watch wrestling every week. What other pop culture thing can you say that about? You think people watch baseball in Africa? No. You think people watch NFL football in Scandinavia? Hell no. That's the point. And even movies, like, do you think they've watched The Godfather in like Tanzania? They don't give a fuck about that. But I bet you if I go to Tanzania and talk about wrestling, I'm in. I'm immediately making friends. Or soccer, either one of those two things. So those two things are universal globally throughout the world. And it's funny that wrestling doesn't get enough credit for that. It's everywhere. I could go to the UAE, Abu Dhabi, Saudi Arabia. It doesn't matter. Middle East, Europe. I could go anywhere. I've done it. And everyone, you just say, start talking about Macho Man Randy Savage, bang, start making friends instantly. And the same thing with soccer. Everyone knows where I go every Saturday. Should I go tomorrow? Yeah. It's always hard to resist, but I don't want to. I want to rest. I want to sleep in, but it's always hard to resist. I've met everyone. I've met people from Kenya, obviously England, but Kenya, South America, Venezuela, Jamaica, Guatemala, Mexico, Australia, Russia, Germany, Bulgaria. It doesn't matter. That have become actual friends of mine just from standing at a bar and watching a football match. I mean, there's nothing else in the world that's like it. You won't, no other form of entertainment, you will get that. It doesn't matter. Movies, nope. TV, nope. Nothing else is like wrestling or soccer. It just isn't. It's the two most global things in terms of entertainment wise. Obviously, if you get into literature and like other things, history, yeah, then yeah. Oh, aliens, of course. Then you can that's global as well. But yeah, look at this. Look at Sami Zayn. I wish I could stream it and react live, but if the video will get taken down for copyright. Look at Sami Zayn, Fatu. His nickname is the Samoan werewolf. Jacob Fatu. He's pretty good. Like this is another thing about wrestling. This guy's probably like 6'5", 260, and he moves around like a gymnast. Yeah, look at this. He's climbing the top rope. Oh my days. Oh, he got the knees up. Yes. Ah. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. The announcing is also, yeah, that's like the comedy part too. But it's also like we know people that are in this industry and they do the announcing and the commentating. It's yeah, shout out Larry Legend, my guy, you know. He's gonna watch this. I guarantee you that guy's the man. Oh, look at yeah, this guy just did a springboard moonsault. At his size, this is absolutely absurd. But yeah. So there's one wrestler I want to talk about. She's one of my favorite. There's two of them actually. I like Jacob Fatu, the Samoan werewolf, and I like Tiffany Stratton. She's a U.S. Olympic gymnast, so she was with Simone Biles and Ali Reisman, if anyone remembers the 2016 women's Olympic gymnast team. I believe they won the gold medal, but I'm not totally sure on that. So she's a U.S. Olympian in gymnastics, and then she became a power lifter. And now she's in WWE. And it's who's the other one? Stephanie Vaquer. She's Chilean. Oh my God, Drew McIntyre. So there's this Scottish guy. His name is Drew McIntyre. He comes out with a sword. He's like an old Scottish warrior. This guy is massive, dude. Oh, yeah. I told you I was going to get distracted. It's going to be moments where I just comment on it. And all right, so Stephanie Vaquer, she's Chilean, but she honed her craft in Mexico, and then she went to Japan. So that's another thing about wrestling. As a wrestler, you can traverse the world learning different styles of wrestling. So when you notice even the American wrestlers that wrestled in Japan, they have similar moves and a style to even the native Japanese wrestlers. JP, it's called New Japan Pro Wrestling. That I would suggest if I was an up and coming wrestler, once you get like halfway decent, I would go to Japan and live there. Because first of all, you get to live in Japan for a couple of years. That's incredible. So yeah, you have a woman. She's from San Fernando, Chile, and then she went to she was a luchadora in Mexico. Then she went to Japan for a few years, and now she's back in America. She can barely speak English because I think she only speaks Espanol and Japanese. But she's good. She's real good. Remember that name. Everyone remember this name. Stephanie Vaquer and Julia. Julia is half Japanese, half Italian. not American Italian, Italian. And she just came over to America to remember her name too. She's pretty sick. And the moves that these so but back in our day we had The Rock, Stone Cold, Undertaker, Triple H. Everyone knows the names. Hogan, and then before that, Hogan, Macho, Andre the Giant. So we still don't have, in this era of wrestling, we still don't have those iconic personalities, but the production is better. The athleticism is better. The in ring, the actual wrestling matches are way better. The writing is better. The segments are better. Yeah, they won the bloodline one. Oh god, this guy Jey Uso is hurt. He's hurt. So everything is better in with modern wrestling now, except you still don't have those like undeniable charismatic personalities. That's the key. Oh, this, yeah, that's gonna be good. All right, so yeah, I think once SmackDown finishes, we'll wrap up. But yeah, so basically, this is just basically a soft opening, a launch. Next week we'll be back with a real episode. We're never gonna, no editing, no scripts, no outlines. It's just gonna be pure chaos, and there's gonna be a lot of swearing. Yeah, the Bloodline SmackDown is done. We can wrap up now. Um, it's gonna be pure chaos, and I'm coming for MSG Corporation, and I'm coming for Cronky and Sports Entertainment. They know who they are. Yeah, they know who they are, and that's not the only people. Anyone who deserves to get called out will be getting called out. So yeah, that's literally all I have. That's all I have to say. We can wrap up. It's a good first episode. So basically, the theme of this is going to be there's going to be a lot of sports talk. You'll see. We'll get into the conspiracy stuff. It's just going to be wild. Enjoy it. We're going to be in the woods, getting after it. But I'll see you guys next Friday for the official episode 1. We're out.